What's going on, Who Dat Nation? It is yours truly, TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And for a few minutes, I want to talk a little bit about Janoris Jenkins. Now, the last video I did, I talked about Janoris Jenkins. The Saints restructured his contract. But now I want to talk about Janoris Jenkins because the Saints gave him a 2-year extension, 2 years, $16.75 million. And this is a good move by the New Orleans Saints. I think we all were very pleased in the Who Dat Nation about the way Janoris Jenkins played this past season. I mean, he came to the New Orleans Saints late. He only played like maybe 2 or 3 regular season games as I can remember. And every single game, he got better and better. And, I talked about the wild card game on the last video about how he just completely shut down Stephon Diggs, had him really frustrated on the sidelines. And I think it was just the writing on the wall. The Saints realized that they could not allow this guy to get out of the building. So they decided to give him a 2-year extension. The New Orleans Saints have been through some growing pains with that nation. I mean, if you've been a fan of the New Orleans Saints and watched this secondary over the years, I mean, honestly, it's just been a straight up dumpster fire. I mean, guys getting misused and abused left and right. And it was embarrassing, man. I mean, from the Brandon Browners of the world, from the Jason Smoke Turkey Davids, the Usama Youngs, you know what I'm saying? Like, these guys were out there just getting completely destroyed out there, man, the secondary. And no disrespect to this guy. We all love him in the Who Dat Nation. But Roman Harper was also another person that used to get posterized in coverage. I mean, P.J. Williams, Ken Crawley. I mean, so many guys, man. And finally, it looked like the New Orleans Saints have 2 guys that they can actually roll with Marshawn Lattimore and Janoris Jenkins. And I think that if these 2 guys stay healthy and they stay consistent, I think the New Orleans Saints can really, truly make a run. Because we all know, man, when it comes down to the crucial parts of the game, is always the secondary giving up big plays. I think they're going to solve the problem when Malcolm Jenkins comes in and he's going to mentor Marcus Williams and, some of the younger secondary players. I feel like they have themselves a leader. And not to mention, you got yourself a leader in a cornerback position in Janoris Jenkins. He's 31 years old, so he's a seasoned veteran. He's done it all. He's seen it all. The moment is not going to be too big for him because, he played in a New York market. So I think this is a really good move by the New Orleans Saints. And speaking of moves, unfortunately, you can't keep everybody, right? The New Orleans Saints lost Vonn Bell. Vonn Bell has signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think he signed a 3-year deal, $18 million. So congratulations to Vonn Bell. I said before, Vonn Bell is a guy that I have absolutely nothing against. He was a solid safety for the New Orleans Saints since he got there. Like I said, there's nothing really special about him that really just stands out from other safeties, in my opinion. He had his best season last season, and I'm always skeptical about that. I'm wondering why you ain't played like this the last couple years. And I think the New Orleans Saints really thought about it. Like, do we really need Vonn Bell? And I thought that was a question that was going to have to be asked in order for him to sign a contract. And from the looks of it, and when I heard that he decided that he wanted another deal because what the Saints offered him, he didn't feel like was enough, I just realized that it probably wasn't going to be him coming back because it's the same thing that happened with Mark Ingram. I think Mark Ingram wanted a certain amount of money. The Saints didn't, give it to him or offer it to him, and he ended up going to the Baltimore Ravens. But I think the Cincinnati Bengals are getting a good safety in Vonn Bell. I mean, he went to Ohio State. He gets to go to Cincinnati, so he'll be close to home. He'll get to play in front of family and friends. So congratulations to Vonn Bell, man. I wish him all the best. And hopefully, man, him along with Joe Burrow, they can turn around the Cincinnati Bengals franchise. But I would love to hear from you. What do you all think about Janoris Jenkins signing his 2-year extension? And what do you think about the Saints losing Vonn Bell? Comment down below, like and share this video. This has been the State of the Saints podcast. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com. Search The State of the Saints podcast. Also, facebook.com, search The State of the Saints podcast. Thank you all very much. I'm TJ Jones, the host of the State of the Saints podcast. And all I got to say is, who dat?